Unmute you.
All right, let's try it again. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Monday night call. I am so happy to see so many of you on the call tonight. It's going to be so much fun because tonight we are celebrating. We're celebrating 2 new sales coordinators, and that is such a big deal. Making sales coordinator is a big deal. Number one, that means that you're being promoted to the 22% commission level. That means you're not leaving any money on the table, but that's also an indicator to us that it's kind of like a litmus test. When you're a sales coordinator, that means you know how to represent the product and you know how to represent the business, the model, okay, and the revolution, okay, and that means you're good at everything. And so that means if you can get the sales coordinator, especially if you can fast track, I'm going to tell you right now, you are positioned to keep moving through the marketing plan. So tonight we're going to welcome 2 new sales coordinators, and we're also going to learn about 2 strategies that are a little different that I'm very excited about. Okay, so our first new fast track sales coordinator comes from California. Okay, Becky Cathey. Becky, are you there? I want to talk about you just a little bit. Becky's a California girl. She's a wife. She's a mom of 2 teenagers, Grace and Logan. Listen to this guy. She's busy. Okay, she's the COO of her family security business. Okay, she's very, very active in soccer. Not only is she not just a soccer mom, she's a soccer coach. And 2 weeks ago, remember when we did our live Facebook event where we talked about product stories? Becky she was courageous enough to share her story and her journey with MS. And so tonight we're celebrating her as a new fast track sales coordinator. It's no wonder when she's got that kind of purpose and she's so mission minded. So Becky, are you there, honey?
I am here.
Okay. All right. So I can't see you, but that's all right.
Oh, can you see me now?
Okay. Some people say yes, so that's good. All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let me ask you, all right, I mean, because a lot of the people on the call tonight might not have heard your product story. So if you want to revisit that a little bit, why you said yes to Juice Plus, what was that?
Well, I guess I should start by telling a little bit that I do have MS. I have an autoimmune disease, and I had struggled very poorly. I mean, last summer was really a big turning point in that journey for me with the MS in itself. And I couldn't walk, I couldn't speak, my dialect changed when my voice came back. There were so many different things and so many things that I was fearful of, especially being able to see my daughter graduate and have all of those kinds of moments and be able to remember them and savor them and that kind of a thing. And I just didn't know if I was going to be able to do that. And then my dear friend and mentor, Michelle Malloy, had called me and had said, hey, are you doing okay? And I just kind of broke down, and because she knew I knew I wasn't, but she didn't know anything about it. And she asked me to watch a dietitian video or listen to a dietitian call. And so I said yes to that. And after I listened to that call, I just knew I have to do something to manage my own health. And I think that if I wasn't introduced back into the Juice Plus life, that my health would have just kept spiraling out of control. But that was last summer, so we're talking almost a year and a half ago now, and when that happened. And so then she got me interested in Juice Plus and taking it on the regular and getting it on the shakes and doing the whole shred program, and that worked for me and my body, and I responded and in a big way.
Wow. So for you, it really was the shred program. It was ingesting all of that nutrition.
Yes, 100%.
Wow. So you must be a big advocate of shred then, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, for sure. I do. I recommend the shakes. I recommend that nobody even goes off the program. Stay on it. There's no reason for you not to have those shakes and all that extra nutrition in your body along with your Juice Plus capsules and gummies.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a very strong endorsement. All right. So, you could have just taken the Juice Plus, continued to get healthy, because girl, you're busy. You're a COO. All right. A mom, soccer coach. Why did you decide that you wanted to share this with people? Why did you say yes to the mission and the business?
That's a little more difficult to explain. But honestly, it sounds like a broken record when people say this, and you just want to, you want to get other people healthy. You want to get your friends, your family, all of them healthy. And that's true. But my biggest fear was that my kids were going to experience the same kind of health challenges that I was. And I didn't want that for them. And so I kind of started paying attention to the prevention and knowing that the phytonutrients are the best form of prevention for any kinds of disease. And I knew that that was something that I couldn't keep to myself. I felt obligated. I felt like moms all across the country and the world and just basically even in my community were needing something to be able to just the knowledge of being able to know that there's something out there that can ease their minds, maybe. I don't know if that's the right term, but that's what I was trying to do. And I know that I couldn't keep that to myself. My conscience wouldn't let me. And Michelle had asked me, you know, girl, you're already sharing this with your friends and family. You know, why don't you just jump on board with this business? And I was like, yeah, okay, we'll give it a shot. That was a year ago.
And then you became part of the new Fast Track program, though, didn't you? You kind of did a restart.
I did a restart. I did get to VF prior to going to the spring conference, and that was really kind of like very motivating for me. And I had taken my husband to the conference and got him on board with Juice Plus, and he's like, you could do this, you could do this. And he just had such an amazing experience at conference, which was far and beyond what I had expected for him. I just thought he was going to go and be like my escort, but he actually joined he got on board and joined the mission with me, and really wanted me to pursue it and keep moving and get up to that national marketing director position. And that's my goal. So I did, after I came home from conference, there was a little bit of a waylay because my daughter was graduating and we were going on a trip across we're going over to Ireland, and we were doing all of these things that were just taking up more and more of my time. And so I didn't end up fast tracking to SC, and then I did a restart. And I did a restart with this, with their summer promotion, and that's when I just went full force. And Michelle and I had great ideas on how to do that. And I just listened to her and listened to some outside influences that told me I could do this. And I decided that's what I was doing.
Oh my gosh. And so you really do have your eyes on getting all the way to national marketing director.
Yes. If there's any reason to not somebody speak up, I mean, you have to, if you're in this business, you have to have your eyes on the prize. And that's what the prize is for me. Let's get there together. Let's go.
And I love that you brought your husband to conference. So I was going to ask you to do a plug for conference, but I'm going to ask you to do a plug for bringing your husband to conference.
Oh, yes, 100%. My husband was skeptical, to say the least. He thought it was just another marketing ploy. He just thought it was, and I tried to explain to him, I'm like, I feel so much better. My energy, and he's seen me and the progress. How can he not believe? And so when I took him to conference, and he was just in awe. He really was. The doctors, the people, the missions that he was hearing, the testimonies that he was hearing, and they moved him, and he actually was really, really interested in the Tower Garden and how that was going. And he's like, this is incredible. This is a great company. We're getting behind this.
Oh, wow. Okay. So That's phenomenal. So ladies, not only do you want to be in Indianapolis, but I would highly recommend you get your husband a ticket too. Okay. Yes. You and Michelle started doing something a little different. When you decided that you were going to do a restart, Michelle and you jumped onto something that was a little different. I don't think too many people are doing. And that's, you guys started to do a business open house as a launch. Do you want to explain what that was and how that played out?
Yeah, sure, of course. So we just decided that we were going to have some grand openings for my business, because I was restarting. So we're like, well, let's have a grand opening. And so We had a grand opening. We had 3-way calls to invite people. We started a list of 25 to 35 names of people that we thought would be interested in hearing about Juice Plus. I mean, basically anybody that needs food, eats food, needs Juice Plus. I mean, that's my motto, and that's what I've said all along. So, but we just found, those people, and we contacted them and invited them personally, and made sure that we personally invited them to come. And, kind of that personal touch means a whole lot to a lot of people. So we did do that. And we would entice them. We did have like a little wine and a little, cheese and that kind of stuff to go along with the whole grand opening. And we just asked people to come and just support me, and not really no pressure sales. It was really kind of like, just come and support me and listen to what my new business is all about. And so when that started happening, it snowballed. Everybody that showed up was either purchasing product or signing up to be a rep. And it was just an incredible experience. And that's what I've had 2 grand openings, and I signed on 2 reps already. And one of them's already fast tracked to VF.
All right. So this is different. So this is not like a wine and wellness or a friends and family call. You are actually calling them your grand opening. Mm-hmm. And is Michelle, when you're calling these people to invite them, because you said 25 to 30 people, I believe that Michelle is on the phone with you, correct?
Yes, it's a 3-way call. Mm-hmm.
All right. It's a connection call, and basically asking people to come out to support you in your grand opening.
Yes. Well, it's one of those things where I would call them and ask them if it was okay if I handed the call over to my sponsor, my mentor, and then she gets on the call, and then nobody says no. They're like, oh yeah, sure, let's hear about it. And so then she would get on the call, and I would be quiet, and I would just say, oh, okay, I'm going to sit back and let Michelle take the wheel on that. And she would just ask them the same thing, can you come and support Becky and be part of this movement with her and listen to her business story. And that's basically how that got started. And we started doing that in August. And since August, I've signed on 2 new reps, and several people have signed up as customers.
And you've had a lot of people show up, have you not?
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting butts in the seats, and we're getting about 10 to 12 people with butts in the seats at almost every grand opening.
Wow. All right. Well, you know that people are going to be asking you about this. So I want you and Michelle to be prepared to do a Voxer training. Okay. All right. So,
Voxer does make it easy. Yes.
Voxer makes it easy. So I want to thank you, Becky. You are delightful. You're precious. We love you. Thank you for sharing your product story, your heart, and your mission. And thank you for planting the seed about bringing husbands to conference. All right. So I know I'll see you in Indy in a couple of weeks. Thank you. I know you want to get back to soccer. No, we love you and appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, Terry, for having me on. I appreciate it very much. And I'm open to answering questions. I think the Voxer idea is great.
Okay. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, isn't she magnificent? And we just know that she's going to actually, with that kind of intention and the way she's doing it, I do believe that, I know that the podium is in her future. All right, next we're going to celebrate a Texas girl, surprise, surprise, Candace Ashmore. And for those of you that listened to the business stories on our live Facebook event this past week, Candace was one of our featured speakers, but let me tell you a little bit about her before I bring her on. Candace is a Texas girl, born and raised here in Texas, CPA, mom of 2 young boys, a wife. She does work for an accounting firm, and I want to hear the whole story. I want to hear the backstory from Candace. So Candace, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey girl, welcome to the call tonight.
Hey.
Congratulations. Fast track sales coordinator, accountant. I want to know what you're going to do with that money. For that. Well, Candace, first of all, thank you. And why did you say yes to Juice Plus?
To the product or the business? Where shall I start?
Start with the product. What was your product story?
Okay. So first, back in the fall of last year, the fall of 2016, I this is TMI, but I'm not above it. So I started on the product because I had a 3-year-old little boy who never wanted to go to the bathroom ever. So in a desperate moment, after horrific experiences that, mothers and 3-year-olds never want to experience, I got onto a friend's Juice Plus website and ordered the children's chewables. And that's where we started. We got those in, started taking those, and really didn't think any much more of it. We just made the one simple change. That's all we were doing. And so yeah, that's it.
And so now his gut health is?
Oh yeah. Now he comes to me asking for a shake. We make the shakes and just pour the capsules into it because he gets a chocolate shake out of the deal, and he helps me pour the ingredients in, so he says. And he comes to me asking for it, like, so it helps me go potty. Like, he knows what this is for.
That's great. Now, Candace, you got to know this. This is a big deal. Do you know how many kids in this country have bathroom issues because they're so constipated, because they're not eating enough fiber and real food? So we may have you do a boxer training just on your son's bathroom challenges, because I'm going to tell you, you are not alone. This is a major, major issue. All right. Yeah. So your son can now eliminate.
Yes.
All right. So that's one thing. And you're not thinking too much. You're just happy that he's eliminating. How then did you say yes to being a part of the mission?
Well, in November of last year, Katie Carr reached out to me, and it probably wasn't random to her, but to me, it seemed like it. She just said, hey, I really think you would be great at this business. You should do this. And I've kind of taken a hard look at that just over the past week as I was preparing for this, trying to figure out why I was so reluctant initially, or hesitant even. And I think part of it was kind of my pride. I didn't want to dive into one more thing. I mean, this is because of my career path. I had tried several different ventures in the accounting and financial services industry, and I didn't want this to be one more thing that I ended up not being passionate about, But now that I'm more engulfed in this business, I can't imagine not being passionate about it, about being passionate about helping people's health and their families' health and their children's health. And it's something to wake up every day and be excited about, which I can't always say the same for my 9 to 5, my day-to-day job. So that's what this mission has done for me. It's given me passion and purpose. And I might not have known that the instant Katie reached out to me, but I mean, I am so thankful for initially being wrong, thinking that's not really my plan, but my plan obviously isn't the perfect plan.
Was there any specific event that she invited you to that built your belief? Any story?
We did a 3-way call with Amber Weaver, and I guess because I was kind of reluctant going into it, I just kind of told them, I'm an all or nothing person. So if I'm going to do this, the purpose for doing it is to fill that missing, unfulfilled piece of the puzzle for me, and to be able to get to do this full time. As of right now, I'm doing my accounting job and weaving Juice Plus into my life, but I cannot wait for the day that I'm getting to do Juice Plus full time and just weaving in the other stuff.
Nice. Let me ask you, when Katie asked you if you would speak to Amber, were you a little resistant at first?
Oh, yeah. I think I missed the first scheduled appointment we had together one Friday afternoon. I missed it, and we had to reschedule. So I felt awful. I mean, that was a bad start anyway. But now, oh my gosh, I can't imagine if I hadn't taken that call.
Okay, well, and again, Candace, this is so important because there are so many reps out there that are resistant and afraid to put their prospects on a call with their upline national marketing director. And now that you've had the experience, are you putting people in front of Katie, and are you putting people in front of Amber?
Oh, absolutely, because I mean, if one of us knows something, then two of us together is even better. And, you know, being so new to the company, especially getting both of their experience combined is, I mean, is an asset that if you're not using is, I can't understand why you wouldn't be using that.
Right. So even though, you know, people might be a little resistant at first, you know, keep extending the invitation because it always does work out. All right, Candace, I know that you and Katie, your upline, Katie Carr, do a strategy called Leapfrog. And Katie, are you there, honey?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Katie, I think you and Amber trained on Leapfrog last year at SALT. Oh, was this year? It was in June. And I remember this whole Leapfrog technique, it's amazing. And then I forgot all about it. So, but it is so great. It's so exciting. And one of the things that we struggle with is how to pull up strong, independent leaders. And this Leapfrog strategy is certainly a great tool for doing that. So, Katie, would you explain what Leapfrog is?
Okay, so thank you so much for letting me talk about this. Okay, so first what happens is when I became a rep, you know, Amber Weaver is my upline, and so I got to know how to do things, you know, her and I. Well, then when I got Candace, yay, she said yes. I got Candace, we started a Voxer with 3 people, which was Candace, myself, and Amber. And so what was going on is the whole time, Amber's there to back me up and help, but I am like Candace is asking questions and all this, and Amber's listening. And when she needs to chime in, she chimes in. So then Candace is learning from me, but then I'm also learning from Amber still. So we have this 3-way Voxer chat going on where there's so much learning going on. And then Candace gets a rep. And so now it's Candace, myself, and then let's say, for example, Rhonda, her mother. So we're all learning together. And so then it just keeps going down. But like let's say that eventually I'm not on a Voxer, she knows she can always go back to the Katie, Amber, and Candace Voxer and ask questions. Is this all making sense?
Yeah, no, this makes perfect sense. And because a new rep has a lot of questions. And
yes, a lot of questions.
Yeah, so there's 2 people coaching her. And then as she's bringing on reps, you know, that top position disappears. But then what that makes you, so now Amber is no longer involved, Katie, but that makes you a stronger leader. You have to go look for the answers. You have to make sure that the questions are answered, correct? And now...
Yes, and what I think... And what's really cool too is like if I'm really, really busy and I can't get back to her as quickly as maybe, then Amber can get back to her. You know, because we're all have different schedules during the day kind of thing. So that is one thing I really love about it too, because you know how we want to know our answers. So if Amber can't get to her, I can, or vice versa.
So what happens is that, you know, it's like the master teacher, and then the teacher, then the master teacher disappears, and the teacher becomes the master teacher, disappears, and then the teacher becomes the master teacher. I think this is such a great tool for learning the skills of leadership and for duplication. I love this whole Leapfrog concept. So I know it's working really, really well for you. We're going to be watching you, and I've seen some people post that kind of intrigued with this whole Leapfrog program. So we may ask Amber and 2 of you to make a Voxer training on Leapfrog as well. So it's so exciting. So back to Candace. Candace, will we be seeing you in Indy?
Yes, ma'am. I will be there.
I bet you're going to be there. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your story. I know that a lot of team calls are coming up, and I have heard through the grapevine that there's a lot of celebrating going on all the teams tonight. Get ready for some announcements this week for some new promotions. We're excited. Candace, thank you so much. We appreciate your being on the live Facebook event. Brand new rep for the most part already. And we know that you're going to do great things. And we know that you're going to share that potty story. because that is a big deal. All right,
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Peace and blessings. I love you. I'll talk to you later. See you next week. Good night, everybody. 54 tonight. We did great.